Okay, pilots, I've got a little bit more done, and I got a surprise. That's right, I got a surprise. But let me show you what I've got done so far. I don't have it plugged up to operate the gear, but I just want to show you. I've got it in primer right now. Still looks kind of rough. Now, it's going to look rough. I ain't going to smooth that in up in there. It's all covered up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be painting it all black inside there. Flat black. And of course, the other side. Yeah, at least 2 of the missiles are mounted. Remember, the jet's upside down there. Note how the fins are shorter on this side than they are on this side. So that meant that missile was meant to go on that side there so that aileron wouldn't hit it. Okay, pilots, here's the surprise. I can't believe it myself. Now, this morning, usually mail runs about noon. Well, it was kind of late, but the Federal Express guy got here though. And the Federal Express guy, I know it was a guy I seen in my security cameras. He's the one that brought me my missiles. But the USPS lady, yes, she's a lady, she brought me something. Okay, pilots, here we go. This is from a company out of Hong Kong. Now, I don't see the website name on here. I just see a company name. But the name of the website is Hobby Paradise. And I ordered this on the 23rd. And here it is the 3rd, and it's already got here. And it's got marked on the package, Special Express. I've done bought quite a few things from these people, and you know, they ain't no use me showing you the package. It's just got that industrial Chinese address there. But we're gonna see if they actually did send me a factory FMS front strip. See a factory FMS packing. I just see a strut in here. Whether it might be a FMS strut, it could be just an aftermarket one copy. Remember, it was out of Hong Kong. It is in a plastic bag. Tires as hard as a rock. It's got fork, link, suspension. It looks like an FMS base with 2 Allen heads on each side. But I don't have a number to tell you. Of course, you know, the most FMS packages, these are mains. Comes in a black bag with one of these on it, so. Alrighty. They look nice, so. Now, I'm not gonna really do a lot. I'm not even gonna cut it tonight. But we're gonna peel this off, and I want to try to see if I can get some measurements here. All right, now I was gonna tell you that I'm not gonna be gluing the cover on to the mains yet until I taxi test to make sure I've got a good lineup. Good alignment. I don't want dog legging, side tracking. And then after I get everything all straightened up, then I'll glue the covers on. But I've already got them cut and modified where they'll miss. They won't hit nothing. Or the strut won't hit yet. I know you're saying, well, that's a lot of glue around this thing. Well, you got a big air trap right there. And it's gonna have a lot of pressure up against this thing. It's got to hold on. Hold on. Alright, here's the test. Well, my axles is lining up pretty straight. I'm setting my strut straight down on that. It's the you know, the turning mechanism turns the axle. It's Allen head locked to the strut. Yeah. Thank goodness it's got a little area there where I can set that on, because the only way I'd be able to tell. But my two axles, this one could be just a little bit shorter, just a little, I mean, not even enough to really measure. But I can set that thing flat down on that turning mechanism to where at least the whole strut base gives you support from bending. You not just got a strut wire sticking here to get bent. You got something that's got a base to it that it's sitting on that and being tightened down to where it doesn't really get a lot of movement, that this is getting all the movement. And that's the plan. But whether it works or not, well, you know, we'll see. But it looks like my metal trunnion with the turning mechanism kind of clears pretty much the whole entire retract. So again, when it comes down, I'm going to try to use this tire, and it's significantly smaller than the FMS tire is. So I know it's going to fit in here without dragging. It's going to fit inside this fork here without dragging, since I know this one's even smaller, but yet my width is looking the same. The tire looks thinner, but on the inside of the hub here, I've got a big thick spacer right here, right inside here, that's even wider than the tire itself. So I know that this is gonna fit right down in there. And I had to drill the axle hole in the rim out on both the mains to fit that axle in the backs. But this axle here, the way it looks on the outside here, I can tell it's kind of a little smaller. So it might not even need drilling out. It might be the same size as this strut here. And it's got an E-clip on it instead of E-ring, Allen head screws. I don't like them E-clips. For some reason, you get them popped off and they stretch or something and they just won't snap back on and hold. You got to get a new one and put it on. It's my experience anyway. It's that cheap Chinese stuff. Call it cheap Chinese metal. It's not as strong as ours. But ours ain't the strongest. You get some of that Russian ore. Ooh. That armor was tough. Let me see, that ain't it. I got 3 or 4 Allen wrenches sitting here. That's a little loose here. Let me try this chrome one. Let's see which one is the tightest on that Allen screw. Move my servo there a little bit. And there went the collar. See, I thought I might have to use these collars as a spacer down here. As I put the strut on it, I put the collar on it first, then put the strut down on it, and I could lock the collar, you know, because it's going to be turning with the strut too, so why not? But since that strut's the correct length, or, you know, I can see it's just a hair. Let me look and see at it. Yeah, about a little less than 1/8 of an inch. So let's say I do just like my mains. I cut this strut right here a little bit longer, like I'm using my marks here. It's bound to be solid in between these marks. That's what they're making marks are for. See, and it don't look really deep. Don't really look deep at all. Nope. It's a little over 1/4 of an inch, maybe 10 millimeters. Maybe 10 millimeters. I doubt it. I don't think it's 10 millimeters, but I'm saying in between 10 millimeters and 1/4 of depth here in this hole. So I'm going to be drilling it out. I can't tell yet. The hole's a little bit bigger, so the drill bit that I have is the same size as this strut. Drilling it out. Okay. Cutting the strut down here to where the strut will be up to about the middle of this mark here. Is probably where the hole is. So once I drill it out, I still don't want it sticking all the way out through here to where it'll stop my spring from action. So it'll probably be up to about right in here at this mark that the actual strut will be cut at, right in here. I'll set this here, mark it to where I got that much. Set it down on there, tighten my Allen screws. Make a mark by kind of tightening it a little bit, put a little tightening on it, and sit there and just turn it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth a little bit. You'll be able to do it, it'll move. Without that flat spot there, it'll move. And then you'll see a little mark on the strut there where you need to put your flat spot. See? That's what I gotta do. I'll go ahead and get it cut and get my flat spot ready. And then we'll have a video on mounting. And we get that tire on it. And I might even get the rest of the ordnance on it. Till the next one, I'm out.